Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Sarah, and this is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at Stealth, the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And let's take a look at your comments over at my website. So you got 75 on the TOEFL, you had 14 on the reading, 16 on the listening, 20 on the writing, and 24 on the speaking. So it looks like you listed your areas in terms of the weakest to the strongest. And first of all, congratulations on your speaking. You have achieved some very strong speaking skills. You're not there yet, but you're looking pretty good shape. So your question here is, I took many practice courses and private tutors. I need new practice, new tips. I need 100 before December. What is your recommendation? My recommendation here is, I don't think that you really need new tips. You just simply need to build your academic English language proficiency. And that's what my course will help you do. Remember here, it's really tough work to build your academic English language proficiency. And my course will help you with pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar, reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Now, the other question you have is, you need to get 100 before December, and what is your recommendation? My recommendation is really threefold. And you don't really need any tutor to help you do the first two suggestions I'm going to give you, and then the last suggestion will be my online course, and I'll make recommendations with that. But the first thing you want to do is read. You're very weak in your reading proficiency. So you want to sit down every day between now and December. You want to read for about 1 hour. Anybody who knows me, who's had any contact with me at all, will tell you that's one of my first recommendations I will give you. You don't need my course to do this. You don't need Noteful. You don't need ETS. You don't need Test-In. You don't need TOEFL Thunderbird Online. You don't need any TOEFL course, anyone to do this. So what you want to do is get magazines, newspapers, and longer books and start reading for about 1 hour every day. That's my first suggestion. My second suggestion is you want to practice listening for about the same amount of time each day. Listen to news programs, history programs, documentary programs, and science programs. Those would be very useful for you. Now, in either case, when you're doing your reading and your listening, if you want, you can practice taking notes on what you read and what you've listened to, and then you can use those notes to either write a summary or to orally summarize the information that you've just read or you've listened to. So that would also help you with your integrated speaking and integrated writing skills as well. So my third suggestion is, I recommend you spend about 2 hours each day at my online TOEFL course. This is going to give you some good practice to help you build your academic English language proficiency. Sarah, you want to spend extra time learning the vocabulary words in the vocabulary part of my course. There's over 1,700 TOEFL words. These are college level words. You really want to focus on learning those words. I have the lists, I have the audio files, I even have practice exercises and quizzes to help you learn these words, but the hardest part you got to do on your own. What I recommend is you want to take those vocabulary words and put them onto note cards. You put one word onto each note card, put the vocabulary word on one side, put the definition, sample sentence, and maybe parts of speech on the other. You want to repeat that process 1,700 times. Now that is hard work. But if you do that and you start reviewing those words on a regular basis, eventually you will own those vocabulary words. Alright, so my suggestion with my online TOEFL course is my 90-day TOEFL study guide. I cannot guarantee that you will get 100 by December. It could take you 4, maybe even 5 months. I can't be sure. Every student is a little bit different. But if you go through my lessons and follow those other two suggestions, you will definitely advance your English language proficiency. And I hope, let's keep our fingers crossed, that you will be able to reach your goal. Maybe not before December. It might be in December or maybe January before you reach your goal. Remember here, you're trying to go from 75 to 100. That's a pretty tough increase. Now, I'll give you I can give you one example of a student who about 4 months ago, he used my course for 2.5 months. And Sarah, his TOEFL score when I met him was about 81. And he needed to get over 100. And he did get over 100. It took him 2.5 months. But this student was doing so much at my website, it was unbelievable. He was doing practice tests almost every day, writing and speaking practice tests, and he was doing all the other parts of my course every day, and he was following those other two suggestions I told you. It's hard to follow all those suggestions, but if you do, you will get results. Anyway, thank you very much for your questions. I hope in this video, in these 3 different suggestions I've given you, which will help you, I hope that you will put these things into practice, and I look forward to having you as a student. And Sarah, in the YouTube video in the description box, I will include a link to my 90-day TOEFL study guide. All right, thank you.